Shout out goes up to John Bunker from the Hanover Hangover tonight. And of course, my brother.
Hey everybody, John Bunker here from the Hanover Hangover. We are live at Guitar Show USA out in Pittsburgh. This is freaking cool. As you could see, there are so many people here. And what a great time. But if you're looking for a guitar, this is the place to be. So I'm going to stay live during this whole show. Yeah, no, trust me. Coffee doesn't have to be hot for me to drink it. Okay. All right, guys. So Miss Ann is here with us. She decided to travel out to Pittsburgh with me, and we had a great time this whole weekend. Miss Annie, can you say hi?
Hey, everybody. How you doing today?
So, wow, what a weekend we had. Let me tell you about it. So, where did we start off at? You want to get on your mic? No, your mic. Bring your mic with you. Right? We almost have it right. There we go. Are we in it? Hold on.
Yes.
Let's get closer, because we never get close enough. Okay. Should have brought my arms. Are you comfortable?
I'm good.
Okay. All right. You're good. I know. I'm so busy here with things. So as you know, I've been advertising for the Guitar Show USA with Scott Tallarico for a week or so. And well, it's finally here. It is time. We're doing this. We had a great weekend.
In downtown Pittsburgh. Never been here before. It's pretty cool. Lots of things to do around here. Started out at the Hard Rock Cafe. Had some good times there.
Oh, yeah. Hard Rock Cafe,
Ooh.
Downtown Pittsburgh. That was freaking cool. So we found this band, or met this band called, what was the band called? Oh, the Church of Cash.
Church of Cash.
Church of Cash. And let me tell you something. If you didn't know it wasn't Johnny Cash on stage, like if you turn around, you would be surprised that it was not Johnny Cash. It was just incredible.
Yeah, he really pulled it off.
You need a little more extra on you, honey.
And he looks the part as well.
He looks the part. He sings the part. He just plays Johnny
like a young Johnny Cash.
To the
sure.
T.
Yes.
Yes. There we go. How's that? Talk to me, honey.
Hey.
There you go. All right. Sound a little bit better. And what was that? Are we getting interference from somebody else, maybe? I hope not. Okay. So excuse me while it takes me a little bit to set this up. This is all new for me, doing the live podcasting from a remote location. But I like it. What do you think?
I think you did really well. There's a lot of cables and things here, but it's working.
It is working. We're going to get Scott Tallarico here, and David Granati is going to come by, and we're going to get some of these guys to plug in. They're going to plug into our amp, and then they're going to play some of this stuff that's for sale here, some of this really cool stuff. There's a banjo I'm looking at. If you could see it directly across, I'm really interested in that banjo, and I would like it to come home with me. So I may go look at that. As a matter of fact, you can manage this, right? You're good here? I'm going to take the wireless mic and talk to that fellow. Okay?
Go for it.
All right. I'm going to do, let's try it. So let me go back to the mains. So I'm going to mute me on this. And then now this here, look. All right. Can you hear me on this one?
Yes.
Okay.
Loud and clear.
Hey, we're getting better at this stuff. Holy shit. So I'm going to give it a little more gain on the wireless mic here. Just a little bit. How's that? Is that better? Is that better? That's good, right?
That's great.
Too much, maybe? All right. I'm going to go talk to that fella about that. Okay?
Okay.
And you can manage this?
Just looking around, and you have all different ages here. Kids through 0 through 100, basically. And lots of really cool guitars. And it's nice to hear different people playing. Such a nice sound.
They're busy. They're like really busy.
Hi there, sir. How are ya?
Hey guys, in the background you're seeing Guitar Zach just wailing on a 1966 Martin electric guitar. This is when Martin still made electric guitars, and this dude is just racking it good. Mr. Mr. David Granati is here at our booth. What? Yeah, let me, you want to come around? You want to come around?
There, take my spot.
Yeah.
You can sit here.
Here, Dave, have a seat.
Take your seat and shut up. We had a teacher at Blackhawk High School. Couldn't pronounce his S's. He goes, "Take your seat, shut up." Hi, Meg. Hi, buddy. Hi. She's a good kid. Hey, Negri, take a break. Hey, flat five boy, take a break. Absolutely no Mustang solid.
It's a little loud, say.
It's a lot loud. Yeah.
Kind of hard when you're trying to do a podcast.
Hey, flat five boy, take a break. Not a bad player.
obviously really hard. You're on now.
Okay. Oh, there we go.
So obviously it's really hard to have a podcast when Guitar Zach is just wailing on that Martin over there, which sounds fantastic. What do you think?
Sure does. Zach's a great player.
Yes, he is.
I'm the first guy to ever record him.
Really? You recorded with Zach?
He was a mere lad. He was 15, and he used to have this little hat. They called him Zach in the Hat.
Zach in the Hat. I didn't know that. I offered him my top hat
You know,
that I have Miss Ann wearing right now, so she's so lovely wearing it.
and he would play, sit in with the band Jill Weston Blues Attack. He was this young kid and played like an adult.
Really?
Right off the bat.
I mean, he sounds great.
Oh.
Now you're I don't know how to say this. Being an accomplished musician, what do you think about all these guitars that are in here? And if there was one you could take home, which one would you think it would be? You did a good tour.
The lot.
There's a lunk here?
No, the lot. All of them.
Oh, the lot. Oh,
no,
yes.
the lot.
The lot.
Hey, Zach, take a break. Did you interview him yet?
No, he was going to come over and, well, I did kind of, a little bit. We did, see I had the marks on the floor, the two X's?
Yeah.
Yeah, we did a little thing over there.
Cool. Hey, Zach! Zach Attack! Zachary! Yo!
Hold on, we'll get his attention. It's just so loud in here right now.
Yeah, I gotta grab it. Let me grab it.
Okay, I'll holler. I can holler. Trust
Okay.
me, I can holler. I mean, he's talking to people.
Okay.
Well, wait till he starts to almost walk away. Well, now, Miss Ann's going to get his attention. She's over there with that top hat.
Yeah.
See, now she wants to play guitar. Now, like I said,
Well, she's halfway there. She's got the hat and the
yeah,
boots.
she's got the hat, the boots, and she has an attitude.
I was playing this steady gig for a while. I was telling you about.
Right.
In Southside. And every year we would do a costume Halloween gig.
Right.
And every year I was Slash. It was the easiest. I have a black Les Paul. I have the black hair.
Excuse me, see, 1 second.
Hey, Zach! Bring your ass!
I apologize for all you guys at home. I know that was kind of loud.
How you doing, man? Looking good, sounding good.
Do you wanna grab a
what's
seat
up?
and join us on the podcast? All right.
Jump in on the panel.
Let me see what I can do for you.
Good. I'll jump off for a second.
No. We can do all three of us. You guys are old friends.
Yeah, brother. It makes it better whenever you're
No, you were telling us a story.
Tell me a story.
No, man. Don't go nowhere.
I was telling him about Joe Weston Blues Attack.
Oh, yeah.
He used to come out there and shred.
A lot of fun. What are we doing here?
Okay, yeah. Can you hear it? Oh, you don't have your headphones on.
Yeah, no, good. Oh, man.
What's up, everybody?
Hey, everybody. This is Guitar Zach. If you don't know, he was the one that was just with us pulling out the winners. And
Not pulling out the wieners.
no, just
Just the winners.
just the winners, just the winners. This guy's a riot. So, David was telling me that he recorded you.
Yeah, way back in the day. That was like my first time I was in a real studio.
He was
Yeah.
a mere lad at the time. I think you got
Willie Try played bass.
Yep.
He's usually on harmonica. That was the oddball character in the
Yeah.
bunch. Like
and
you
got
wouldn't
to-
think would be on it, because he's
Right,
mainly a
right.
harmonica man.
You got to miss a day
And then
in school.
Whitey Cooper. Yeah, and then Whitey Cooper was there
That's right.
on drums and Harvey on the keys.
So, what did you think of that 1966 Martin?
I was surprised. I thought it was pretty neat. I always tune pretty much any guitar I touch down unless it's bolted down and it would take forever.
Right.
The Floyd Rose, but I always try to tune them down to C sharp standard.
Right.
Because for some reason I feel like it brings every guitar to life.
Yeah, you're
Because it was real stiff when I first started. Slacks up the strings first of all.
Right,
And
right.
then it's just something about that C sharp frequency. It's nice.
the people's key.
The-
Well, how about if they say over the centuries, the perception of what the key of C is, for instance, has gone up.
Really?
Yep.
Interesting.
Yep. They say like a lot of the great masters would be rolling over in their grave because a lot of the stuff was played higher than what they wrote.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense because
Yeah.
they didn't really have digital tuners
Yeah,
with
tuners.
the frequency detector back then. They're like,
Right,
that sounds
right.
good to my ear. Let's go with that.
Yeah.
You know? Makes sense that it shifted over the years. Another thing that shifted in pitch over the years apparently is the Robert Johnson. All the recordings, or they think that they played them back too fast, and so somebody on YouTube, you can look them up, just put Robert Johnson corrected, and it sounds more like a
lower?
natural
Really?
person singing,
Okay.
and like
So he turned down the speed a little bit.
I felt like in the 30s, the machine they used was like portable. And so
Right,
by the
right.
time they brought it to a real record lathe,
Yes.
the speed
Was
went
just
up a
off.
few
Right.
RPM because it was recorded at 78.
Right.
So you have a couple, like, you
Yeah,
don't have
you-
that much room
right,
for
there's not
error
much
back
room to
Yeah,
then.
play.
they're semitone.
Right.
So it's
right.
like it's off by like a couple
One,
keys.
one of the best examples of that in rock and roll is Led Zeppelin 2, going from Livin' Lovin'
Right.
and
oh yeah.
things. They were recorded in two different studios. They're both in the key of A, but they're a little.
Oh no.
Really? I didn't know that.
Oh, yeah,
I never noticed that.
Oh yeah. The one that ends.
So whenever they kick into the next
Heartbreaker with the in hand. It's a
These
little
guys,
bit
these
short.
guys are great.
Weird, that's
These guys are great.
interesting.
I
never
love
knew
it.
that.
It is a real treat to be here. That's for sure.
Yeah, it was a very fun
Speaking
show.
of treats, I'm taking my girlfriend out for dinner after. I
Really?
don't get too many Sundays off.
Really?
Starting my Rock Academy back up in 2 weeks.
Oh,
If you
okay,
have
so
any
you're
young
actually
people,
on
man,
break.
Send them my way.
Oh, will do.
I got a couple of 10-year-olds, just one
Already
kid
freaks.
has his own webcast. Then he'll put a picture. This is a still photo from my upcoming video out soon. He's 10 years old.
Better at promoting than me. That's
I see some stuff.
the hardest part of the business, I think.
Tell me about it. That's why I'm in production. It's making babies. And then when you market, you're educating and raising them.
Yeah, that makes
Right,
sense.
right.
Educating
And that's where you run into all the schlemiels,
Schlemiels?
people that are in the business for money.
Oh, yeah.
And then you get the artists who are in it for the right reason, and therefore we make no money.
Well,
I would rather die penniless playing my heart out than, be Ed Sheeran.
Oh, yeah. Can't
Making
sell
all
out.
that money for no reason.
it happens. It happens. But you know what? It's a love for the music that,
Yep.
and I've said this 1,000 times, and I'm going to say it again, David. I can't play a jaw harp, let alone what you guys can do. And I've tried for many years. So, and this is why we have the Hanover Hangover, to honor you guys who just make it look so fucking easy. And like what you were doing over there, Zach, with you understand the mechanics behind it.
Yeah,
and that was and how you were getting the reverbs and the echoes coming off the amp, which was on the was coming back to the pickup to the guitar, which was vibrating the springs, which was going back to the pickups on the guitar.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, yeah.
Hey, speaking of which, you always get really good speaker flap.
Is that what it's called?
The
Flap?
speaker's actually flapping. You can hear air moving.
Oh, okay, right.
Try that with a sample.
Yeah, you have to have tube amps if you're a guitar
And-
player.
and-
That's my biggest advice to anyone.
Tube
starting.
amps.
Definitely start with a tube.
Do they still make tube amps?
They do.
That's the majority of the amps in here are tube.
Oh, okay.
Tube technology or point-to-point soldering like Class A electronics.
Yeah. Generally, the older ones will have the point-to-point, and the newer ones might have still have tubes, but the components are printed circuit board.
Oh, God, and just
Right,
the input
right.
jack alone, geez, how many
Apparently,
times?
from the guy that fixes all my amps, he's walking around. Mike Amp, he fixes all my amps, and he told me steer clear of the solid state. They're just a pain in the butt to work on.
Really?
Oh yeah.
It's like an old car,
Okay.
And even the ones, there's hybrids too from like the 80s and 90s. He said steer clear of them too because they're just just because there's one tube, everything else is still crappy in there.
Yeah,
It might
exactly.
sound good, but then once it starts going bad, you need to change the capacitors. That usually
Yeah,
happens
once you blow
every-
the capacitors out.
You got to replace them every 20, 30 years generally because they're dry.
Yeah, right. The oil leaks out a little bit.
You can tell by that
Are you still
60
on?
cycle.
Yeah, I'm
huh?
still on.
Okay, there you go. So,
See, I
so
don't think that amp's working real good.
I had made the comment about letting you wear my top hat to do the announcement, and David was telling me you had this hat you used to wear.
I did have a floppy, like fishing cap, and I started putting like a couple pins on it.
Yeah, yeah.
Decorate it, and then I was like, that's cool, and it was fine, it fit. But then after a while, people started bringing pins.
Oh,
and like
really?
After a while, I'd sort of have like 1,000 of these things, and if someone would be like, "Hey, good job," instead of taking your fellow pat or like, grab your
Boom.
head, all them things would just
Oh,
jam into me 'cause they
well,
were
that's funny you say that because that's
Hands off the merchandise. You break it, you bought it.
yeah, that's a magician's top hat. It collapses.
Oh, that's sweet.
Yeah, Annie, bring that hat here a second. Come here.
Is that a trick hat?
That's a trick hat. Show Zach your trick hat. Show Zach your trick hat. Oh. So this is that pull a rabbit out of the hat thing.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Badass.
So you give it the whole fling, but there's springs. So when you go to wear it, if there's springs inside there that do that, and there's like little wedges, like I didn't know.
Nice shirt.
So if you put it on a little bit,
Oh, I
great.
feel it'll really get you.
yeah, it gets you right. So yeah, it's really cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Shooting for Scotty and buying stuff.
That's
Okay.
neat.
I bought a $2,500 camper system.
Right.
I was not planning on spending money on that.
Yeah, I know.
Would you
I
get-
left my wallet in the car.
What
is it?
So it's,
Is that
Yes,
guy with all
sir.
the
That is David Granati.
it's the modeling.
Yeah, I'm
pedal
David, yeah.
system, and then it's the power amp and stereo. That's just so basically.
Is that
Skinny
guy that had like all
wanted
the
to trade me
components
straight
sitting
up. I have a Baldwin guitar,
Oh, I never heard of that.
a Virginian.
How
He
you
wanted
doing?
to trade me. What's up, man? How you doing?
Nobody noticed.
Yeah, you see
We
it.
were talking.
He wanted to trade me straight up for a 56 Telecaster,
It's
and I didn't go for it. So later on, he said, "Hey,
As you can tell, David is a very famous person, and I am just thrilled to be able to be here with him and Guitar Zach. And they are just local heroes and world famous
the
heroes.
Glimmer Twins."
They are. These guys are just so cool.
Good. Like, good to see you, brother. Did you see Peggy?
One of the first times I ever
My
saw
girlfriend's running around here.
Mr.
David?
David Granati here.
Yeah.
He did the famous
My man.
guitar flung around the car hops. I never seen no one do that ever in life, in real life. And then he did it in car hops, the smallest little like jam place.
Yeah.
He did it. The guitar goes around the neck and then a somersault and he catches it and then
Really?
you need to see it. It was
Oh,
the
I-
weirdest thing.
Hey, how you been?
You would never
Carl?
think to see
Good
you
to
would
see
see
you,
that at
brother.
like an open stage on a
man.
Monday night.
On a Monday night yet?
That's one of the
Wow,
first
this-
open
that's-
stages I ever went to, and he twirled his guitar around his neck. I was like,
Get a
since
load of
then
that
I was like, who's
asshole.
this guy? I gotta.
This is how he starts his week.
That's okay. I saw him play a guitar with a Christmas tree,
Really?
which earned him a.
That's actually on YouTube.
and
Oh, really? We'll look
It's
that
like
up.
Guitar
Hard Rock
Zach
Cafe.
plays with a Christmas tree. It's only like a 5-second clip. It is on there.
That's
All
awesome.
those people that were so pissed, they were like, they were over there that said Zach Wiesinger, they were over there. He wore out his welcome. Here's your hat. What's your hurry? Come back when you can't stay.
Come back when you can't stay.
Don't call us. We'll call you. It's good to see you.
Oh yeah.
How's mom and pa?
Mom's over there actually helping me with the booth.
Oh, really?
Oh, your
Emmett
mom's
Beer.
here.
She's over there. She taught me how to play the first 3 strings.
Are you
and then
serious?
Sent me off to lessons. Yeah.
So your mom's a player,
Yeah, she plays like more like folk stuff, but she hasn't played
Okay.
a whole lot lately.
right?
Um,
But that's
she
okay.
plays. She can play Link Ray, Rumble. That's like the one cool neat song
Cool.
she can play.
Moms are cool.
Oh yeah.
They always
The
have
best.
time.
She's the
You know,
best.
they know where everything is.
Well, they know how to mix. Good
They
moms
cook,
know how
yeah.
to cook. Yeah, good moms know how to cook.
He came to my studio yesterday, man. We got him fed and watered.
Yeah. I was like a horse off a dusty trail, man.
Like a horse. Hey, Meeks, you know Zach? This is my nephew, man. Kid.
Hey, Mr. Minx, how are you, man?
This is Guitar Zach, man. Yeah.
Oh, shit, thanks, man. Appreciate it.
He's going to Nashville, or he's going to Memphis. He's going for the blues festival.
Oh, dude, kill it. Dude, give it a good one. Thank you. Awesome.
Yeah, he's got a nice little collection of guitars and amps. This dude will play, will whoop your ass with the guitar, and it just like starting to recover. Then he jumps on the drums, and he's just as good on the drums.
Good, man. We have to jam sometime then.
Guys dig him.
Give me your info.
Chicks dig him. Jesus digs him. Wow.
He digs himself.
You know what? You got to be really good if Jesus is looking at you.
Oh, Jesus, we're tight. I talk to him every day.
That's good, man. That's
I always
cool.
do. When I meet a member of the clergy, I always say, hey, say hi to Jesus for me. And they always go, well, you know, you could say hi yourself. I said, yeah, I know, but you talk to him more than I do. And every one of them goes, you know what? That's a really good way to look at it. Like, I do that to my mom every week. She'd be going to church. Mom, tell Jesus. I said, hey, sorry, I'm not going to make it today. Remember that Doobie Brother? Jesus is just all right with me.
Yeah, that's a good jam.
Yeah.
Man, that original singer was nothing but bad. That Tommy, the little dude. We did a gig with the Doobie Brothers.
Did you really?
Yes, we opened up with the Doobs.
Really?
They had 2 different sidemen. It was like the best sidemen I've ever seen. They had the one guy, John McPhee, or I think his name. He played like all the like ukulele, dobro, mandolin. He did the fiddle on the end of Dixieland. So he did like all the folk stuff. And
It's very hard to hear you.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Yeah.
Now, I
Yeah,
keep
but
adjusting
Barbara-
your gain because I don't know where your microphone's going to be.
My bad. But anyway, they had him. So he did like, because the Doobies were like a funky folk band.
Right.
So
Right.
Then they had this guy, Cornelius Bumpus. He's a famous sideman, big black guy that played keyboard, sax, sang high harmony. So he was like the R&B guy. The other guy was the folk guy. And between the two of them, they did like "It Keeps You Running" with all the harmonies, everything. That Michael McDonald was so friggin' bad.
That's awesome, man.
They were incredible.
Oh, that's
and
awesome.
really,
That'd be
really
good to
nice
see 'em
guys.
live.
Every one of them, they were like super nice.
Long Cool Train Running. Is that the name? Am I saying it right? Cool Train? Long
Yep.
Cool Train?
Long Train Running.
Long Train Running.
yeah.
Well, it was interesting because
That's a very long song.
we did that gig, and everybody warned us. They said, there's a band on the bill. I can't mention who they are. Boston.
Okay,
yeah.
yeah, don't mention that.
They were total assholes.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
oh.
I'm sorry. I'm a nice guy. You know?
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
I've done a lot of- they were total assholes. Every one of them. The road crew. Van Halen warned us. They said, man, you play
Van
with
Halen
Boston. He
warned
said, you'll get screwed somehow.
Oh, man.
Till we played the Superdome. Okay?
Oh, wow.
We
That's awesome.
opened up, it was like an all-day rock thing. And so our dressing room was close to the stage. So we come back off to our set, and Granati Brothers is X'd out and said Boston Tuning Room. They took our dressing room and made it their tuning, which was fine. I mean, we were done with it. But how about asking, you know?
Yeah.
So we got to get our clothes. Hey, you can't go in. I'm like, yeah, right, man. You know?
Yeah, right.
And so they were really being jerks. Well, just don't touch anything. I'm like, dude, I want to get
you,
my
man,
clothes. I don't care about your guitar.
That's hilarious.
So anyway, after all that, I'm already mad. I'm walking down the hallway, and Tom Schultz was coming. And I'm a big admirer of his. The guy's a badass. Great player, great producer, great innovator. But hey, Tom Schultz, he went like a bitch. And I'm going, I'm going to try to keep it kind of clean here, but I'm from Beaver County. You act like that in my neighborhood.
You don't
get the
talk to me
shit
like
kicked
I'm
out
a
of you.
Beaver County,
I was
man.
like, you just act like that. It ain't that good anyhow. then I got third grade. You're not really that good. Eddie's better than you.
Yeah.
That's great.
I was 20. Okay.
Yeah. Well, yeah,
That's
you know
pretty
what?
awesome.
Full of piss and vinegar.
But you earned it, dude. You earned it. You spent lots of years getting to where you're at. And so,
Well, it's just we had just spent a whole evening with the Doobie Brothers and then treated like equals.
right.
Well, Michael McDonald was like, "Hey, you guys on the bill, man? You want something to drink? Man, come on, man, have a drink with me." And that week, What a Fool Believes was number one. and Minute by Minute was the #1 album. So they the biggest they ever were, and he was that humble. So, 2 days later, then you run into Boston, they're acting like bitches.
You'll have that.
Sorry.
No,
Sometimes that the Bible tells us turn the other cheek.
Well, there's
But
there's
that
two
particular
cheeks.
instance, no.
No, yeah, there's two cheeks.
We got
Right?
4 technically.
Well,
They were like the
yeah,
only
hey.
they're maybe you've toured. Most of the time you play with other people and you get to meet somebody you always admire, and they exceed your expectations.
Yeah, they're like actually nice. They're like,
Yeah, we work with Denny Lane.
Oh, the McCartney dude.
Yeah, and he couldn't have been nicer. He did great sense of humor. Ate spaghetti at the house with my mom and dad. When this guy played with McCartney, he sang "Go Now." It's like, I mean, you don't get a whole lot bigger than that.
Oh yeah, that's wild.
And Eddie too. God, did you ever meet him?
Nah,
Yeah.
that's cool. You got to meet him.
Just such a sweet person, man.
Innovator.
Everybody say, "Hey, man, did you learn anything from him?" I said, "Yeah, I learned to be cool."
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Is that
I
what
mean,
I like it.
To be that talented and that cool, it was an education.
Yeah, that's neat.
Well, you know what? You're a really humble guy. You really are a humble guy, David.
I'm very proud of my humility.
Yeah. Well, you should be. You should be.
We used to say that about my dad. He's so proud of his humility.
For everything you've accomplished in life, I know guys, and I've met a lot of musicians who just like barely learned a couple of keys, and they walk around and they think that they're the god of the stage or something. And when if you even go to their show, you're like, what? Really? And
Well, yeah, you get more attitudes locally than you do. You've always done better outside of here. I got a friend, Memphis Mike.
Yeah.
Memphis Mike and the Mighty Tremblers. They sell out like small theaters in Australia, New Zealand. I did their live album. You can hear like a full theater. Then you play for like 20 people at the Bloomfield Bridge Tavern. It's like, to be an original band in Pittsburgh is a little difficult. It's gotten better.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, but we lost a lot of venues last year.
Yeah.
with the COVID, which is why I started my podcast. It's the whole reason I did it, because there was so many of my friends and bands and stuff, and Miss Ann and I, we enjoy going out. There was nowhere to go. I actually started 2 businesses because
I'm gonna bring them to me.
yeah, I did. I started OutbackTheater.com, which is a huge movie screens.
Ooh, cool.
So we have movies in our backyard, and what I did is I just not create a business out of it, and I got the sound system and all this great stuff. Now I have 2 screens, 2 projectors, and now we just do like movie in the park stuff, Yeah. So we did that, and the screens are like 38 feet across. They're huge.
Wow.
And then when it was winter time, when COVID was really, it was getting still cold out when COVID was just making us nuts, And I'm like, hey, I didn't even, without research, I just said, we're doing a podcast. I just got on this computer at my kitchen table, created it, I started off with this little mixer, and then I quickly realized it's not big enough, and then I got another mixer, and then I got another mixer.
What do we buy besides equipment?
Nothing.
More equipment.
I mean, Jesus. So now I have,
Who do we kill beside witches? More witches.
Right. So now I have a whole studio.
Hey, can I interject?
No, you're good.
I'm gonna. We were talking about maybe John Vento and us going over to his neck of the woods.
Where are you at again?
He's in Hanover.
Bethlehem, Pennsylvania.
Oh, okay.
And we'll go to the Martin factory
Right away.
after.
Yeah, we're actually right down the road from the Martin factory.
We're gonna do a field trip
Yeah,
next.
you got to come with, dude.
I just got invited live on the air. That's awesome. How often does that happen?
No, let's go do some gigs, man.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
I'm in.
Do like a Pittsburgh.
I could give you some gigs out in my area.
That's what I'm saying. It'll make
That'd
it
be
worth
great.
the trip if we do like Thursday.
Yeah,
I
good.
got a
Saturday.
3-piece band. It's not too difficult
All right,
to
so
travel.
I'll see about hooking you up at the Steel Stacks in Bethlehem.
Yeah.
That's a good
That'd be
venue.
Yeah.
If
Yeah,
not,
man.
there's plenty of venues.
More
That'd be-
guitar for your guitar dollar.
Right.
You and me, boy. That would be pretty.
We gotta
nice.
work on
Hey,
a couple like just random ones where we can duel at the end, so both bands come out. That'd be cool.
My man.
Yeah, so this is this. I can hear the phone calls now. Hey man, we're getting the band back together.
Yeah.
I have a drummer who's actually looking for a band right now, over in my area.
What's the last thing a drummer says to the band? Hey guys, I've been writing, man. I want to start singing.
Sorry, Sean. I didn't say it. He did. No, Sean's a really cool dude. He was the one. Sean's the one that did the first interview with you.
Yeah,
Right.
We talked to him
The
yesterday.
drummer.
Yeah.
Right. The drummer.
Yeah, he's a good man.
Yeah. So he's cool. So he could do some drumming for you.
What's the difference between a drummer and a drum machine? With the machine, you only have to punch the information in once.
Ooh. Wow.
Now, this isn't a joke. This is an observation, and I'm sure you're going to relate to this. You get to a gig, okay, and you're trying to tune, and you're trying to talk to the sound guy and tell him your monitor specs and everything, and the drummer's always making noise, okay? The minute you go reach for that tuning peg, they start playing, right? And always being disruptive and everything. And then it's time for the sound check. Where's the drummer?
Yeah, you can't find it.
Then you can't find them when you need them to play. They're never there. I mean, I've noticed that over and over again.
So here's a little trick I learned on you musicians guys as a sound guy. You say, I need more me, need more me, and you just go, how's that? How's that? How's that? Don't even touch anything. How's that?
Wow.
How's that? Oh yeah, that's it. Good, perfect. Oh, great. I didn't even change anything.
We used to have a placebo fader. We had a stereo board,
funny.
but we were running mono. So we'd have the two faders up in the club owner and say, could you turn it down at all? And he'd say, how's that? The guy would go, yeah. You out, brother? Yeah. Good to see you, man.
See you later.
Yeah, things are winding down here at the guitar show.
Yeah,
it is
I better
now
get going and mess with my
3:45. Folks
Great
are
to
starting
see
to
you,
pack
brother.
up.
Yeah.
And I want
Thank you
to
so much.
I want to thank Zach and David
to
for
see you.
joining
Thank you,
us on the
Mr.
Hanover
Michael.
Hangover.
What
This
a
is cool.
wonderful,
Hey, you guys.
experience here. Good luck with your podcast.
Thank
I
you.
hope
Hey,
it
please like,
gets
share, subscribe, give it the
tons of
word
views.
out.
Yeah, did you get a card? Yeah, man, definitely
You got
subscribe. to
Cards,
his YouTube
stickers,
channel. Yeah.
whatever
man.
you need. I can't.
Thank you very much.
What'd you get, Meeks?
All right, well, I'm going to head out. Thank you very
brother.
much.
All right, guys. Thanks again.
Nice meeting you.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Until next time.
Thanks, guys.
Hey, well, that's that. That was that's cool. These guys are just winding down right now, and I'm going to start packing up myself, I think, and into the Hanover Hangover, your favorite pod, and yeah, we're going to sign off from. Do you want to say anything before we sign off, Miss Ann?
Thank you, everybody, for tuning in today
Yeah, we had a great time
and checking this out.
checking out everything,
Had
and
lots of fun.
we did have lots of fun. This has been a hell of a trip.
Yes, it has.
We started off with a little list of things we want to get done, and we. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now?
Check.
Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now?
I can hear you now.
Okay, good. Yeah, we started off with a small list. Number one, we had one goal, was to be here. That was our number one goal. And then we had we wanted to do the Hard Rock Cafe. That was on the list. Correct. We did that. We wanted to do the Tequila Cowboy. Last night was insane. If you've ever been in a crowd of crowds, packed. Yes, absolutely packed.
It was right after the football game.
Right. There was a football game that's right next to the stadium out here in Pittsburgh. And, obviously we're not from the area, so we didn't know what to expect. We now know what to expect.
And Pitt won the game.
So Pitt won the game, so that was even
exciting last
it was
night.
Yeah, it was very exciting times. And then what did we and then now Guitar Show USA. This is another one for the books. So yeah. Great. I'm going to come back. I think we're going to do this again. Want to do it again?
Sure.
Okay, cool. So I'm John Michael.
And I'm Ann.
And we're saying goodbye from the Hanover Hangover. And stay tuned for